Jerry Mace, the Kickin lawyer. So a month or so ago, I did a review of the trailer for the new Superman movie. And then this weekend, of course, the new Superman movie has been released, James Gunn's Superman. And I am a big Superman nerd. Again, if you look at the videos in my office, I've always been a Superman fan. And so anyway, real quick, my opinion on the Superman movie. I had hesitated to share it because I don't want to discourage people from going to see the movie. I am glad always to see Superman, at least in a positive light, in any media, because I think it's iconic, American, and I think it's good for the next generation to sort of have their Superman. Now, transparency, I am 46, so my Superman was Christopher Reeve, and to me that was the best Superman. You know, I was open to Zack Snyder's interpretations, and I thought Man of Steel was good in its own way. Henry Cavill was I thought he did well as Superman. But again, still, to me, the ideal of Superman for me was Christopher Reeve. Now, my father grew up in the 50s, and so George Reeves was his ideal of Superman. That's kind of who he grew up with. Anyway, real quick on the movie, without giving tons of spoilers, I was not a huge fan, okay? And part of it is it didn't really feel like a Superman movie. I don't feel like they highlighted him. It felt like you're dropped in the middle of a story, like an ongoing story. And so there was really no exposition, which I can live with. But it wasn't really his story. It was so many little side quests and side stories. It reminded me some of what Zack Snyder had done with Justice League. I felt like Justice League was rushed when it first came out. The later director's cut I thought was better, but I felt like we were just in the middle of this story because they're trying to launch so many different characters, and I thought it took away from Superman. I also felt he was significantly underpowered in the movie, which I didn't like. And he's kind of nerdy as Superman. And most iterations, Superman is Superman. Clark Kent's nerdy, but Superman is Superman. And I didn't really get that vibe from it. So, you know, I didn't mind the suit. The Crypto Dog was okay. It's sort of annoying, honestly, at times. But I just wasn't a huge fan. I would probably give it like a 6 out of 10. And mostly just because I hope it does well. I am going to watch it again. And, you know, I may have a different opinion on that. I know my brother has seen it twice now and sort of changed his opinion for the better. So anyway, you guys let me know in the comments what you think. Again, it's worth going to see. And I think especially if there's a younger audience that goes and sees it and they're exposed to Superman in a positive light and become fans after that, it's awesome. But for an old head like me, I just struggled with it.